Hi guys, welcome to Roast CCX. I'm Urvaksh, the senior roaster and the beverage manager here. So today we're going to do a batch of roasting for you, and we'll also take you through what we do here. So just quickly explaining to you about this machine. This is the Loring S70 Peregrine. It is probably India's first Loring S70 Peregrine, and it does roasting through hot air recirculation. So this uses more of convection heat and less of conduction to do roasting, and that's why we are able to retain more heat, save on fuel consumption, and also develop the bean very evenly inside out. So this facility, as you can see, is a very big machine. The S70 basically refers to its batch capability. So it can do 70 kgs of coffee roasting in roughly around 12 to 14 minutes. So once we roast 70 kgs of coffee, green coffee inside, we get an output of 58 kgs of roasted coffee. So we not only produce coffee for our cafes, but we also do B2B. We are also setting up our B2C. We are planning to list ourselves online so that people from all over India can access the coffee roasted on a Loring. And yes, we also plan to use this facility as a co-roasting facility, so people who are already roasting coffees on their traditional drum roasters can rent this facility and roast their beans on a hot air convection roaster. So let's get started. This is the S70's bean cart. So before roasting the coffee, we'll load the green beans in this cart. This cart also has a magnet, high charge magnet. So these three cylinders that you see are high charge magnets. So what happens is when you are loading the green beans into the cart, if there is any stones or anything in the bag, it gets stuck to the magnets so that nothing goes into the machine. So we are placing that right now. So we source our coffee from different parts of South India, like Chikmagalur, Coorg, Sakleshpur, Yercaud, Salem. Today we are going to roast a AA grade of washed Arabicas. This is from Chikmagalur. So now we'll be loading the beans into the hopper. Phases of roasting. So this is what will happen in the roasting. The green beans will be first changed to brown light color, and then a medium color, and then a medium dark or a dark roast that we call. So this is what is going to happen in the drum when we roast the coffee. So we get the coffees like this from the estate, and we start to roast it. This is the lightest roast. This is what we call the light roast or the blonde roast, and after that this is the medium roast, and then this is the dark roast. Now anytime the beans will drop inside, okay. So now the roasting machine is preheated and ready to roast coffee. So the beans that are loaded in the hopper will be dropped down into the machine, and the roasting will start now. So now you can see there has been a change in the color. When we dropped the beans inside, it was this color, and now it has come to this color. This stage is called the dry end phase, and actually from here onwards the roasting will start. Till now the beans was just drying the moisture inside it. Now it is starting to caramelize. we dropped the beans inside, and later on it started to dry, and then the first parameter that was achieved was the dry end. That is, the beans started to turn into brown color. That means from there the roasting started. The second was the first crack. So first crack is the start of the light roast, and second crack is the start of the dark roast. Between the first crack and the second crack, what we do with the beans inside the drum, that will decide if it's going to be a light roast, medium roast, dark roast. So today we did a medium roast, medium plus roast. So we did not go to the second crack. After first crack, we spent some time in the beans. So once these beans have cooled down after roasting, we will put it in bags like this. If you see, this bag has a degassing valve. The valve that you see here, this is a one-way valve. So this is called a degassing valve. So this one-way valve allows the CO2 to release from the coffee, but the oxygen will not come inside. So whatever CO2 has to be released for the coffee, it will happen in this bag, and then after 10 days it is ready to use. This coffee, after being roasted, now it has been packed. Now we can we also directly sell the beans. If the guest has a grinder at home, they can grind it, and these beans have a shelf life of 4 to 6 months. But if guest wants us to grind the coffee, we will grind it for them, because depending on the type of brewing equipment they have at home, based on that we'll have to decide what type of grinding has to be done. This is a type of a manual grinder. We can decide how fine or how coarse we want to do. First we'll start with fine. Different coffee machines require different grind sizes. For example, this is a fine grind. So the same coffee can be grinded to different grind sizes based on the coffee machine people have at home. It can be an espresso machine, it can be a manual brewing machine, it can be a cold brew machine. So depending on what type of machine, you can grind the coffee differently, and different filters also will decide which kind of grind size you will require. So the coffee, if it is grinded after roasting, the shelf life decreases. We don't recommend to store it for more than 1 month. So this is about roasting and grinding. So this is our coffee Q&A lab. Here we have tried to create a bean to cup representation. So the plants that you see here are actually coffee plants for representation purpose that we have kept here. On that corner of the room is the coffee machines, vintage coffee machines that were used once upon a time in different households across Europe. As you roast coffee more and more, there is oils on top of the coffee. That is actually the coffee. The oils that are inside the coffee have come to the surface now. So the density of the darker roasts are lighter compared to the density of the green beans. So when we are roasting coffee, the weight of the coffee will decrease and the size will increase. That is why when we load around 70 kgs of coffee into the roasting machine, we'll get an output of around 58 kgs. With the old style coffee machine sourced from different parts of Europe. This is the place where we conduct 101 workshops for the guest. So if the guest is interested to learn about latte art, coffee making, this is where we get them and train them here. So this is where the workshops happen. These are grinders. These are used for the espresso machines. So you can calibrate them. You can use 15 grams for one, 16 grams to 18 grams for another, and around 19 to 20 grams for the third one, based on your requirement. These are single dose grinders. So if you're doing different manual brewing, you can grind your coffee espresso grind also on a French press grind also. So all these different manual brewing equipments require different grind sizes. So all these grind sizes can be achieved using this machine. This is our sample roasting machine. This is where we first profile the coffee. So whenever we get green beans like this, we roast them at different profiles: light roast, medium roast, dark roast, and then we taste these coffees. 24 hours of roasting, we taste these coffees, we score the coffees. Whichever profile is receiving the maximum score, those profile we try to replicate on the bigger machine. So this is our manual brewing station and the cupping station. This is where we cup the coffees and score the coffees. And if you see, these are different brewing equipments. All these different brewing equipments require different grind sizes. So which brewing equipment you have, whether you have a grinder or not, depending on that, we'll suggest you the coffee and the grind size.
I'm going to dip another one. So these croissants right now are going very viral. It's a London trend. So this is our best seller right now at the bakery.
Hi Andy, na peru Vivek. I'm a partner here at Roast. We started our first outlet called Roast, the Caffeine Capital in Madhapur in 2020. Then tarvata we started our second outlet called Roast 24/7 in Gachibowli. That's a 200-seater coffee shop. Whatever you're seeing right now, this is our third outlet, and this is like a flagship store for us. This is a 500-seater coffee shop. The coffee shop lo the ground floor is all a coffee shop. First floor lo we have a chef's table experience, oka coffee experience ki oka space ichinamu, oka private theater chesinamu, a 37-seater mini theater okati chesinamu. We have a small banquet space as well. On the second floor, we've moved our entire pastry kitchen. So we have a 10,000 SFT pastry kitchen on the second floor. Ikkada ee project start chese mundu a lot of people in Hyderabad have discouraged us, saying enta pedda space pedtunnaru, enta variety testunnaru ikkada. Do you think Hyderabad will take this? Why don't you start this in Mumbai or Delhi, where people are already accepting all this? Hyderabad lo, do you think people will take this? Ani chaala mandi discourage chesinaru. But Roast as a brand, we wanted people to know that it's from Hyderabad. Hyderabad ante eppudu it was correlated to biryani. Hyderabad ante biryani. Hyderabad nunchi edo ochina biryani product aklane ravali ani chaala mandi anukuntuntaru. Kani we wanted to make something which is homegrown, which is Hyderabadi. So we started our flagship outlet here in Banjara Hills. This is close to 47,000 SFT space, and ikkada we have varieties for everyone. Like a small kid, oka chinna 4-year kid nunchi oka 85-year old people laka, we have everything here. Like we do breads, we do gelatos, we do sushi, we do Indian, we do Asian. We have wide range of pastry selection. Obviously different coffees. So enta variety నాకు తెలిసి there is no other place where you get so much variety at one place. We've got a state-of-the-art coffee roasting equipment here as well. This is our first lowering S70 in India. The capacity is around 70 kilos per batch. So regular ga coffee roasting machines anni air roasting machines, drum roasting machines untai. This is the first air roasting machine in India. So deentone we're planning to get into coffee retail, coffee B2B, plus we're also doing batch roasting for other coffee brands in India.